The next topic is countercurrent mechanism of urine concentration. In mammals, kidneys have a special mechanism for the concentration of urine or for concentrating the urine called countercurrent mechanism, and this mechanism depends on loop of Henle and vasa recta. Earlier we have studied about vasa recta, that efferent arteriole, it forms a fine capillary network known as peritubular capillary network around the renal tubules. Peritubular capillary forms a U-shaped structure along with loop of Henle, which is known as vasa recta, and vasa recta it further consists of two limbs, or you can say two branches, that is the descending capillary along with the descending limb of loop of Henle and ascending capillary along with ascending limb of loop of Henle. So the main points related to countercurrent mechanism, it is the mechanism for concentrating the urine and it depends upon loop of Henle and vasa recta. First of all, we will discuss about loop of Henle. Loop of Henle, it consists of two limbs, descending limb and ascending limb. First of all, descending limb, in this the flow of filtrate take place from the renal cortex towards the renal medulla region. We have studied earlier that kidney is divided into two zones, cortex zone and the medullary zone. Now, and these nephron, they are surrounded by a fluid known as the interstitial fluid. So the flow of filtrate in the descending limb is from the cortex zone towards the medulla zone, and when we move from the cortex towards the medulla, the osmolarity of the fluid it increases. You can see here it is, and it is maximum near the point where two limbs combine. So at the point where the two limbs, ascending and descending limb, combine, there the osmolarity is highest. Here it is given 1200, and as we move from the medullary region towards the cortex region, the osmolarity of the filtrate it decreases. Now let's start. The flow of filtrate from the in the descending limb is from the cortex region towards the medulla region, and as we know that the membrane of the tubular cells of the descending limb, they are permeable to water and impermeable to electrolytes, due to which water move outside into the interstitial fluid. Next, when the filtrate, now the filtrate, because the water it moves outside, now when the water moves outside, the filtrate become hypertonic. What do you mean by hypertonic? When the solute content is high as compared to the surrounding fluid. Now this hypertonic fluid it moves towards the ascending limb of loop of Henle. Now the ascending limb, it is impermeable to water and permeable to electrolytes, due to which sodium and chloride ions they move outside into the interstitial fluid. When the sodium and chloride ions they move into the interstitial fluid, the interstitial fluid now become hypertonic, or you can say osmolarity of the interstitial fluid increases due to addition of sodium and chloride ions into the interstitial fluid. Okay, now the filtrate it moves towards the collecting region. Now we are discussing only about countercurrent mechanism, so we will discuss only up to ascending limb of loop of Henle. So in descending limb of loop of Henle, the water moves out into the interstitial fluid and the filtrate become concentrated, whereas when the concentrated filtrate it moves into the ascending limb, the sodium and chloride ions they move into the interstitial fluid increasing the osmolarity of the interstitial fluid. The flow of filtrate, you can notice the flow of filtrate in the two limbs of Henle's loop, in the descending limb and in the ascending limb. Both are in opposite direction. In descending limb, filtrate move from cortex to medullary region, and in ascending limb it moves from medullary to cortex region. So the flow of filtrate in both the limbs is in opposite direction, and this forms a counter current. So this is known as the counter current. I hope it is clear to everyone. You can see here small amount of urea, it also enter into the filtrate present in the ascending limb. So urea, it enters into the filtrate through ascending limb, and this urea is again released into the interstitial fluid by the collecting duct. From the collecting duct again urea will be released, and again this urea will enter into the ascending limb of loop of Henle.